Welcome to the Bamgboshe Happy Hour. I am Peju Bamgboshe Roethlisberger.
Hi, everyone, and I'm Naomi Bamgboshe.
And this is the Bamgboshe Happy Hour film and TV edition. How are you, Bob? What's up?
Oh, I'm doing wonderfully, sweetie. Everything is great. Having a glorious morning. Everything is just great. Or day. It's not actually morning, but having a glorious day. Wonderful temperatures. Everything is going great. How about you, sweetie?
It's the weekend is going by so quickly. I'm loving the spring slash kind of summer weather. I'm loving like the 80s. But I'm also really excited about the playoffs are coming this week. And also this weekend, I'm surprised that you're not at Coachella. Because I know
Oh,
that
okay. You know what? I missed it. My agenda is so full. I just totally forgot about it. What's going on at Coachella? Who's storming over there? Who's
well,
performing?
a lot of people, but Doja Cat is the headliner. Uh,
Okay.
Tyler, the
Oh, good for
creator.
her. Oh, Doja, oh Lord. Well,
Yeah,
she's a good performer.
she's a good
She's a good
performer.
performer. Yes.
Tyler, the creator, he's performing the guy that Gerard Carmichael was in love with, his best friend or one
Great.
of his good friends. And then
Great.
Lana Del Rey, and they also have No Doubt, Ma. Could you believe No Doubt was back together with Gwen Stefani?
And Gwen is appearing with them too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So hey.
All right. All right. Shout out to all the performers over by Coachella.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
it's a lot of them. Also, I guess we had to, mention this. It's kind of we don't really know how to react to this news. Of course, when a life is gone, it's always sad. But it's just OJ. OJ passed away at the age of 76, and I think he had prostate cancer. And
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
he passed away, and I really just don't know what to say. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Um, you know what? This is what I'm going to say. An American Tragedy, okay? The name of a documentary, the name of several movies, and it continues to happen. We continue to have them, but just an American tragedy because he had everything going for him. His star shone so brightly, wonderful family, wonderful everything, and the disillusion of that union seemed to be the disillusion of OJ. And shout out to the families of Nicole Brown and Ron, and the kids, and the both families, and the OJ's children, and the other, families involved. And just an American tragedy is what I have to say.
Okay. You said it very eloquently. I guess we can move on to do our toast. And I think we should do a toast. Let's do a toast to Coachella because that's going on. It's going on also next weekend as well.
Oh,
So
okay, wonderful. Let's raise our glasses to all the performers and the overall event of Coachella. Long may it reign, long life and continued prosperity to Coachella, and health, wealth, and happiness to all the performers and all the artists involved. Salud.
salute. Okay. So this is really not funny. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying this, but you mentioned an American tragedy. I think we need to start off with the Golden Bachelor. So, so what in the
Gerry,
hell?
I have it
What
figured
in
out, Pay. I have it figured out.
Wait, before you go in, guys, Gerry and Theresa from the Golden Bachelor have announced that they are getting a divorce after 3 months of marital bliss. Go ahead, Ma.
Okay. Gerry himself summed it up, and I didn't get it when he said it, but I got it now. And it's so profound, it's so true, it's so real. I thought it was a line of BS, but I see he's true to his word.
What is that?
In the moment, in the moment, daughter, in the
In the moment.
moment.
In the
He
moment.
is committed to in the moment. That's it.
In the
When
moment.
we didn't know that he was actually describing his attitude and his sentiment regarding relationships. We didn't understand that was the whole picture
Oh,
in the moment. But
Ma.
now I got it. He was telling us who he is,
And
okay? You know how we
he keeps saying that in the moment
that's
in all
right.
his
That's
interviews.
right. He's been telling us who he was, but we just thought it was a line of BS. Or we thought he was just being glib. But in fact, he's describing himself. He is an in the moment person.
Well, Ma,
And that's what it is.
Let me just ask you like a quick question because first off, okay, so distance was obviously an issue. She lived in New Jersey. I don't even know where was he? Was he in Indiana? I forgot where he was, but they
Right.
said that
Well, wherever.
they were looking at
He
homes.
wasn't he wasn't where she was. They were in
Yeah,
different states.
yes,
Yeah.
they said they were looking at homes in South Carolina, but whatever the case,
Good.
they were still living apart. Now, she still was working. She's in her 70s. I forgot. I don't know if she's 70, 71 at this point. And he has been
Well,
retired
clearly
for
she enjoys her employment, her career, whatever it is. Yeah.
right. But he has been retired for many, many, many years. So I don't understand why they couldn't make that work. To me, I do think it's a disappointment. It doesn't mean that you can't find love in your 70s and beyond. It
To
just
me, their
means that
age is
Gerry was
irrelevant because
full of
they,
crap.
right. To me, both of them seem to be full of something because,
Yeah, sure.
let me say this. Their age is irrelevant because they were acting like flaky teenagers.
Right,
Their age was totally irrelevant to their level of maturity.
right.
They weren't mature about this at all because, in fact, if location was the issue, they could have agreed to meet each other halfway. Somebody would have given in. You know that. You listen. I don't want to say anything about your personal situation, but you relocated.
Yes.
You this is not your area that you're from.
No.
You
True.
relocated a great distance.
Yes.
And so I mean you're in the same country, but totally different culture, totally different part of the country.
Right, right,
So I mean, and people do it all the time.
right.
And people do it all the time. So it wasn't really that, but they needed to have something to chit chat about because they knew where each other lived before they got married.
Of course.
They knew all that. And they
And
could, yeah,
it's funny because I happened to go back and look at Jennifer Hudson's interview that she had with Gerry a few months ago when he was actually recording the show, or I think he had finished the show. And
yeah,
he put down one of his deal breakers, or one of his things that criteria that he needed in order to have a successful relationship. He said he wanted it to be age appropriate was one. He said over 60. Okay.
right.
And then
Okay,
he also said within 60 mile radius of him. Now he said
okay,
all this before
okay,
he married this woman. It was
okay,
during the show. He had met her and everything. So
okay.
why, what? How did he
Well,
marry her?
Here's the thing. If in fact he really meant what he said, he should have made sure that she relocated before he said, I do. If I'm not saying if it's reasonable or unreasonable, because whatever two people negotiate, because there's always give and take. So my thing is that should have happened ahead of time if that's a legitimate complaint. She may have reneged. He may not have made that a deal breaker. I don't know what happened. All I know is that they are either divorced or in the process of divorcing after 3 months, and that's a short marriage, irrespective to your age. It doesn't. That's a short marriage for teenagers,
All
and
right.
everybody know teenage marriages are, not as stable in
All right.
general. So that's a short marriage, no matter how you put it. And like I said, I attribute all that to Gerry being an in the moment person, and that's it. I think that's what he said. I think that's what he meant. And he needs to do what he needs to do in the moment, and that's not marriage because marriage is a bit more complicated than in the moment.
Yeah,
So
Gerry. Yeah,
yeah,
and
right.
Teresa was
Because
flaky too,
because how did he
but
fall in love that quickly?
he's
Remember,
still
he
in
wasn't
love
in.
according to the both of them.
Right.
And
Okay.
now
Yeah,
they
but
don't know what
it's
love
a
is.
different kind of love, right? It's a different kind of love. Not that love that requires you to stay married and live in the same state Not that
Right.
kind of love, you know.
Right.
Okay. Go
Yes. You
ahead,
know,
Gerry.
you're loving, he's a loving kind of guy, that type
You
of
know what? Jerry needs to be on a show entitled The Golden Playboy.
yeah.
That's what he needs to be on, right? The Golden Playboy.
Somebody called him a old cootie hound.
Yeah, oh, the old cat daddy. That's right. But
Cat
you don't have to
daddy.
marry people to get it.
It's
You know,
right.
you don't have to. Right, if that's what he wants, I'm sure he can. I'm sure he gets plenty. I'm sure he have to turn away. I'm sure he gets more than he's capable of handling.
In his
You know,
DMs, yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah. Okay.
Jerry, you don't have to, adhere to any rules. If you don't want to be married, don't be
But
married.
my
You
also,
have,
there was some woman, a few months back that was warning everybody about how Gerry was, and everybody
but
just
we saw
ignored
how
it.
Jerry was. We saw how Jerry flipped the script in a matter of a week or two.
Well,
We
yeah.
saw him flip the script right in front of our eyes. So
Mm.
we know how he was. And so did Theresa. Okay?
Ladies, whatever age you are, you have to just be smart and use your common sense. If it's too good to be true, probably it is.
Then it is. There
Yeah.
you go.
Okay. Oh gosh. But you know what? I'm hoping that the Golden Bachelorette is a little more mature and more stable. And that, they have a good time and they really are looking for love. Or if they're not looking for love or marriage, just don't come on the show. Don't.
Right. That's right. That's exactly right. Well, some people are looking for a retirement career and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, it would be nice if they have, I don't know who's going to be the Golden Bachelorette, but if they have a woman who is a little bit famous already, so all the
Yeah.
stuff
So
doesn't
it
get to her
doesn't seem
head.
like they're just on the come up or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you. Okay. Well,
Okay.
let's see what evolves from this whole situation because I'm quite sure they're going to continue with the golden something. I
Yeah,
don't know the golden
they're
what,
doing
but
the
it'll
Golden
be
Bachelorette.
golden.
They're
Yeah.
currently
Oh,
casting
yeah.
for that.
I mean, they'll come up with some other stuff because maybe the golden divorcee, I mean, I don't know. They're going to come up with some more golden stuff based on this. You know
This.
what I mean? Based on the divorce,
Yeah,
not just the marriage. They're going to come up with some more golden stuff having to do with the divorce.
just a mess.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
All right. Speaking of some other the another American tragedy. Did we say tragedy? Okay. The American Society of Magical Negroes. You had mentioned this to me, several weeks ago, and you were not very happy that they even made a movie with that title, but it's been pulled from release after only 3 weeks, and it made 2.4 million, and it has a rating of 28% on Rotten Tomatoes. And we know that David Allen Greer is in it. Nicole Byer, Justice Smith, who's been in several dramatic shows, and then Rupert Friend, who was on was it Homeland? So uh I thought it was a joke when you sent it to me, until I had to go do research to realize that it was actually really a movie, not satire. What are your thoughts on this, Mom?
My thoughts are today the same as they were when I first mentioned it to you. I would not be going to see it, number one. Or maybe number one, who would be so self loathing as to be in a picture, a movie, or any production with that title? The title is, I take it as a personal affront. As an African American, okay, who was brought here and whose ancestors were enslaved in this country, I take it as a personal affront that any group, any person, any group would be so crude, so insensitive, and whether they understand it or not, self-loathing and or racist, depending upon their race, you know,
Mm.
uh, as to come up with something like that is beyond me, is beyond the pale. I took it as a total insult, a total personal affront, and I'm glad it shut down because apparently a whole lot of other people felt the same way.
Oh,
David Allen Greer, I'm very disappointed in you. You are OG. You up there, David Allen Greer. You are not a neophyte. You are not a new jack. You've been around many years and you are well, at least academically educated.
educated.
And
Yeah.
you should be very seasoned, period. Some things you just don't do for a paycheck. Okay?
Yeah.
Some things are go above and beyond just a paycheck. So I'm glad it shut down. That's what I have to say. I'm glad other people were woke enough to boycott it,
Mhm.
basically. You know, good, good.
It just seemed like foolishness. It just seemed like, are you serious? Like, why would you even put something out like that
Just the
this
title.
day and era?
We don't have to go beyond the title. The title alone is so offensive. You know, I couldn't even believe it. And that you think I'm going to actually, even if it
Patronize,
was a right, even if it was something different than what it was, the title is offensive enough, and what it actually was even more abhorrent. You know,
right?
so I just, good. I'm glad it's gone. I'm glad they deaded it. Goodbye.
Okay, I agree, Ma. And then finally, I don't know what is going on with these people. And I really like this artist. And we mentioned this probably last year. An upcoming Kendrick Lamar produced live action comedy will depict the past and present coming to a head when a young Black man who is interning as a slave reenactor at a living history museum discovers that his white girlfriend's ancestors once owned his. The film will be released on July 4th, 2025. What? Why?
Me, no,
Why?
no,
Why would
no.
Kendrick Lamar
Right,
participate in this? Why would he produce this? Why would he want to be associated with this?
right,
I don't get
right.
it.
No, listen, let me tell you something. I have an issue about stories that depict human suffering and use them as fodder or content for jokes, satires, farces, so forth. I got a problem with it. And I'm not supporting it. That's
No.
it.
No, I'm not supporting it.
No.
I'm a
If
little
you're
bit
doing a
disappointed in Kendrick.
documentary, me too. If you're doing
Mm.
a documentary or something like that, that's different. Okay. If you're talking about history and something like that, but as far as you doing something you think you can make light fare out of this, no jokes and light fare when it comes to human suffering. Particularly as an African American woman, I have an issue with that. I will not watch it if it's about any group. I would not watch it if it's about Jewish Americans, Holocaust related, and you think it should be a satire. No,
No.
no, I'm not. I'm not supporting any production where you are attempting to make light of human suffering, real human suffering. Documentaries, fine. Anything else, I'm not trying to hear it. I don't think it should be a musical. I don't think it should be a comedy. Nothing to do with real human suffering.
Right.
No.
I'm in total agreement with you on that, Ma. I don't even know where Kendrick was coming from with that.
Well,
Guys,
let
just
him figure it
no,
out.
just
Let him figure
absolutely
it out.
no.
Right, right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
All
he's gonna
right.
have to figure that out on his own. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say. But and Kendrick, as far as I'm concerned, I think you're going down the wrong road, and I'm going to leave that. Okay.
Okay, so let's move on to some actual
A
film.
P.S. I'm sorry to hear that, daughter. I'm actually sorry to hear that. You know.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's get into some film and TV. We finally saw Zone of Interest, which was nominated for Best Picture at this past Oscar ceremony. And it focuses on the commandment of Auschwitz Rudolf Huss, I think it's Huss, and his wife, Hedwig, who was played by Sandra Hüller, who was up for Best Actress for Anatomy of a Fall. And pretty much, oh my gosh, I recommend, I'm just going to just say this, that everyone watch it. It is a difficult watch, but it is the juxtaposition of the camp where you can hear the horror of millions of Jews being slaughtered, burned alive in the furnace, and just a few blocks away you have these Nazis living in an idyllic life, beautiful home with servants, the best of food, the best of clothing. And how can they just go on with their life and the horror is just going on every second next door to them, pretty much. There's a fence, I guess, separating them. Ma, what are your thoughts on zone of interest?
My thoughts are that that's just what it is. What they did was they showed the actual heartlessness and inhumanity and outright depravity of the Nazis against the Jews. You could hear the screaming, the crying. They actually, at some point, I don't want to talk too much
Go
about
ahead,
what
Ma.
they showed, but they actually showed the crematorium at some point, and they appeared to walk around, not even oblivious or indifferent to the Jews, but just actually viewing the Jews as less than human and deserving of being treated like that. But the very best for them, the best homes, the most beautiful weather, the best farms, the best produce, the best clothing, the best everything, everything immaculate, everything perfect, everything idyllic for them, but death to the Jews,
Oh,
suffering,
and they
torture,
had
and
five
death to the
children.
Jews.
Yeah, and they had
Oh,
five.
the most beautiful children, the most perfect children, just everything, just euphoric, just everything utopian for them, and just death to the animal Jews. And this is how they felt. And it was so heartbreaking. It was breaking. It was unbelievable to see. But guess what? It was real. Okay? It was
Mhm.
real. And after you see the movie, make sure you follow up and see what happened to Rudolph Hess. Well, that, so often I've heard it so often. It seemed as though they pronounced it actually Hess, but it's spelled like Haas.
Yeah.
So in any event, Rudolph Haas, just look up and see what happened to him, which was too good, for all the things he did. But it was riveting. Great acting job. Absolutely heartbreaking, heart wrenching movie to watch.
And I will say two things. I'm gonna give it my rating. I'm gonna give it, it's hard to say this, but a top shelf. I'm gonna give it a 9.5 top shelf. I'm gonna say that I hope that they show this in schools because it's technically PG-13, I think.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I don't know if they'll show it in a Texas or in a Florida, but I hope that they show this in schools.
And please, that's right, everybody. And please know this is not fiction. This is real. Auschwitz was real. And that's what Auschwitz was known for, where they insinuated millions, if not hundreds of thousands, millions
Millions,
of Jews.
millions, yeah.
Okay? And please know that it's a real story and it is riveting. And you need to sit still and pay attention to every minute detail as to how perfect they engineered their lives to be. When I say they, I mean the Nazis.
Mhm.
Okay? As compared to what they were doing to Jewish human beings. Unreal. But it happened, guys. It happened for real.
Mom,
Okay.
what is your ratings? You didn't give us your rating.
I give it a 9 as well. I give it a 9. I know you gave it a 9.5. I give it a 9. The acting job was really, the acting job was superb for them playing inhumane monsters. They did a
Mhm.
great job. If that's what they were depicting, if that's what they were supposed to depict, and it is, that is what we got from it.
Well, you know what else that I thought was really just, I don't want to say ingenious, but I just want to say um, creative and also really great so that a wide audience can see it was that there was no actual, we didn't see like
You didn't see
violence,
blood.
we didn't see
Right,
blood, we didn't see it,
right, right.
but we the effect, the emotional effect was probably even more severe,
Right.
even more dramatic because we
Yeah.
can hear it.
They just went on about their everyday lives with
Yep.
guns firing in the background. And like I said, and these people being incinerated, all that. And they just went right on about their business as if none of that existed. They were able to compartmentalize like nothing at all. Oh, and they even had a dog that they loved and treated well.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable, unbelievable.
Okay.
But guys, it did
It
happen.
happened.
It did happen. So,
Okay.
okay. Heavy
So
going with that one.
heavy
Yeah.
going. This one is also heavy going. But I think there's some redeemable things with this one. Unlocked a jail experiment that real life experiment that happened in Arkansas detention facility. And they wanted to implement a radical social experiment and grant the inmates, more autonomy. And just freedom by unlocking the doors in the jail cell, and we haven't gotten very far. So we can't tell you exactly how the experiment turned out, but from what we've seen so far, they're very optimistic about it. I will say this: from the first episode, we can see that they did, remove some inmates who were making shanks. I know they removed at least one inmate because they want to, I think part of the
You mean
experiment
prior to releasing them, or
prior,
do you?
no,
Yes,
no,
when they did the shakedown, they found a shank.
yes, they removed
Okay.
whoever that person was from the
Right.
experiment
Right.
because they,
Yeah.
felt this
Yeah.
person would be a danger, would be
Right.
cause danger to
Yes.
inmates. So I'm imagining too maybe there's some more that we didn't see off screen that they removed.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I personally think that it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad concept. I think that it could work with a certain population of inmates,
Absolutely.
not all, and maybe not most, but I think there are some, and I believe that most people are redeemable. There's some people that aren't, but I believe that there are many people in jail that are redeemable, and if they are treated more humanely, I do believe that they will try and do better, and
Yes.
try so that they don't, keep returning. They will try to do better for themselves and for their family. Man, what are your thoughts on this whole experiment? I mean, I know we didn't
But
far.
as you say, now I'm not going to comment too much on the picture because I've only seen the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
But the concept is based on this whole thing that there's so much hostility and negative energy being pent up in these guys because they're locked up 23 hours a day. They call it 23/1. On average, they're only out 1 hour a day and locked up for 23. And of course, when they do come out, then there's all kinds of problems and anxiety and all kind of energy and frustrations going on. So, I think the concept is a very good one, and in comes the sheriff, who is a very compassionate sheriff. Oh, I really love the sheriff's attitude. He is a very compassionate sheriff, and
Mm-hmm.
he wants to try this experiment with the inmates because he doesn't believe that people should be caged 23 hours a day like that,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants to try it. Uh I do think, I don't know how it's going to turn out. I purposely didn't try to get to the end of it. I don't want to know until I want to watch it. What I do know is what I think about it, the whole concept, and what I think is that it can work. It can work in not just in theory, it can work in actual practice. I think this is the prototype.
Yeah.
Okay, this is they're first starting it. This is the test run, and so it's going to be with kinks. It's going to be with kinks. But I do think the practice, the concept, and the principle, I think absolutely will work once it gets tweaked.
Yeah.
I do. I clearly there's going to have to be some tweaking. All good ideas require, fine tuning and so on and so forth. So, but I do think now what kind of hurdles they're going to have to get over to get to that, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. But I absolutely think it's a wonderful concept that absolutely can work,
Okay.
with whatever tweaking has to happen, and whatever interventions that they need to make it work will more than likely be social services and educational services that will come in to save it, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to violence and police services and stuff like that. That's what I
Right.
really think is ultimately going to help it work. And I think that's very innovative and brave of the sheriff. And I think he's going on the right path. I think he's absolutely on the right path.
I think he is too. I'm gonna follow up because I know there was, some more information that came out, from this.
Yes.
But I'll follow up with it next week. Give
Okay.
everybody some insights.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
Um,
think this is just the beginning. I think this is the tip of the dust of a gold mine. I think the whole concept is very going to be very beneficial at some point.
okay. All
Hmm.
right. I have a couple more shows. We have a couple more shows that we want to get into. One, I don't really have a lot to say about, which is because I was very disappointed with the finale, which was The Regime, starring Kate Winslet. And the finale left me a bit perturbed. I just thought it was just foolish. It was sad. It just seemed like some MAGA crap, and I was disappointed. Both really good acting from, Kate Winslet and Mateus. But other than that, I just I didn't really enjoy it that much. I really didn't. I thought it was too foolish. It was supposed to be satire, but it's too real the way, things are in society now, where there are too many people who really have really bad mental health issues and should not be
In a
in
position of
charge of position.
leadership.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Go
yeah. I
ahead,
got
Ma.
you.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Your
no,
thoughts.
I'm agreeing with you. I enjoyed it probably more than you did, I think, but I enjoyed it all the way through. Um, and Kate Winslet was absolutely off the hook. But I really loved the butcher. What was his name?
Yeah. Mateus,
Matthias, whichever.
something like that. Yeah.
I really loved him. I thought they had great chemistry together for real. I thought it was
Mhm.
a good supporting cast as well. I enjoyed it very much. I was angry at the end of it. I
Okay.
was angry by the fact that this woman who was totally delusional, I was very, very upset that they let her remain in power and that they were able, and she was just crazy and greedy and power struck, but they left her in power.
Hmm.
And a lot of evil people who wanted to do nothing but profit and manipulate were able to manipulate her because she just was greedy and didn't care and power struck, that they left this person in office. I was very unhappy with that
Yeah.
because too much, like you said, too much of that is happening for real.
For real. Yeah.
And so I was annoyed and angry and very disappointed as well by the ending of it. But did I enjoy it all the way through? Yes.
What do you give
Did
it?
I think they did good acting jobs? Absolutely. And like I said, the biggest surprise, the pleasant surprise to me was the butcher. I loved him. Did I think he got a bad deal? Hell yeah.
What do
Yes,
you
I
give it,
did.
Ma?
Oh, it's going up there. It's going up there 9. It's going up
Top
there.
top shelf nine.
Oh yeah, definitely top shelf. I
So
loved it.
I'm gonna be
Except
bad.
the end. I don't like unhappy endings
I,
anyway.
I'm gonna go with a premium, a 6 premium.
Oh wow, big disparity. Okay,
I
all
so
good. All
okay.
good.
All
Okay.
right. So let's move on to another show. And we will talk more about it probably closer to the finale. But I'm enjoying this, and I don't think you're enjoying it as much as I am. This is Shogun.
Oh,
And
well, you can discuss about Shogun because to
oh,
me,
okay.
I don't like war movies in the first place. I
Yeah.
really am not too fond of them. And this one has a lot and is a bit gory to me as well.
Scoring.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'm
I have to
not
turn
too
my
happy
head
about that.
quite a
Right.
lot.
I am not really a fond of that kind of thing at all.
Well, I don't
And
what I
and the
do.
barbarian I don't find as attractive. But see, I saw the initial Shogun. So
Yeah.
the barbarian I don't think is you know
Blackthorn, John
yeah, well,
Black.
they call him the
And they call
barbarian
him the
and engine.
engine,
Yes,
whatever.
yes.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
they're calling, yeah.
They call him all those things.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Well, okay, so I enjoy it overall. Like I've overlooked several things because like I said, I have to turn my head because I'm not like a big gore person. I don't like the theme where they're so quick to commit suicide.
Right.
They
I don't like their attitude about these honor killings and
yeah.
honor suicides and all that.
That
To me, it just seems foolish.
yeah, that to me is hard to wrap my head around.
Right.
But I do appreciate the love story.
Oh, me too. I do too.
I like that. And I do
Even though that's a little heartbreaking. That's a
yes.
little,
And
yeah, yeah.
I do like the sense of honor, but not to this extent. But it's
Right.
interesting. I'm enjoying it. It's still a top shelf for me. And I want to see what happens. We know now that the main character, his son, Turango's son, is dead, and so
Is
he
now dead.
obviously,
Yep. Yes.
yeah. So we
Well,
know he's in mourning right now.
yes.
And the main character, Mariko, she does not love her husband. Her husband is not good to her. And she seems to be in love with you, as you call it, the barbarian, or Blackthorn, or Aged, or whatever. So
Yes.
we'll see how things work out with him. Go ahead, Ma. You said I'd let you
Okay.
some
No,
time.
I don't have too much more to say. That's kind of where we are with it. You know what? Her husband, I
Mm-hmm.
think her name is Makita or something like that. Anyhow, whichever.
Mariko, yeah.
Is it Mariko?
I thought I
Okay.
just make up
I don't know.
names, but
But anyhow,
yeah.
let's call it the translator, okay? Let's
Yes.
call it the translator. Her
Yes.
husband is mean, narrow-minded. He wants to kill Anjin. Okay,
Yes.
we still haven't got past that. I think his character is good. I like his character. It brings drama to it. He's not playing a likable person. He's playing a
No.
very nasty person.
I
You
got
know,
you.
but I like his character. He's very demeaning to his wife.
Mm-hmm. I
Very
think he
demeaning
loves
to
her,
her.
though. I know it's
Yeah,
strange.
well, but he's demeaning to her because he feels she doesn't love him.
Well,
He's
she
you
doesn't.
remember he said so many things about her. What a terrible family she's from, and she's
Yeah.
nothing. She's a
Yeah.
low life and the whatever.
She doesn't
You
love
know,
him. How could
no,
she?
absolutely not, absolutely not. So I do like all that kind of interaction. I do think that's exciting.
Mhm.
Um, and I like Anjin's his way. I like his way of being. Like I
Mhm.
said, I'm not too thrilled about his physical appearance, but I like his attitude. Well, I'm just saying because the original one was just so handsome. So that's
Everybody
all.
can't be handsome, okay?
They could get somebody handsome for this if they wanted to. But anyhow, there are handsome Asian men in the movie. They're good looking. Different ones of them
Of
are good looking,
course. Yeah.
but not Asian. That's all.
Hold on.
So anyway, I'm going to say I give it 6.57.
Well,
I
how
give
you,
it premium.
you gotta wait till
Uh,
it's finished,
Oh, okay.
right?
I didn't know. Oh, okay. Well, it's
Well,
close to
right now,
finished.
that's where you're at with it. You're
Yes,
at a
yes,
low point. Okay.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
I'm gonna wait until we finish and see until the season
I
is over.
guess I'll wait and give it again. Although like I said, I saw the original, so
I
okay,
got you. No,
okay,
I appreciate that, Ma.
okay.
I don't know if you want to talk briefly before we get into one other movie that I forgot to mention at the top of this segment. Is Sugar series starring Colin Farrell, and he is a detective or private investigator. He's struggling with his own personal demons and trying to figure out what happened in his past. It's very entertaining, and I will say, Ma, that he looks very good in here. He has on his nice suits, and
Yes, he wears suits a lot. Well, you
yeah,
know what? And the other thing, he does have a lot of struggles, and he also now has some sort of health struggle.
yeah,
He has
his
some sort of
tremors.
undiagnosed illness. Well, what from what? What is it? And the tremors are extreme to the point
Yeah.
that when he has these tremors, he is immobilized or whatever. Until they pass. Well, that's the way they're showing it.
No, I know it just
Uh,
it
so,
seems
but
very like dramatic, right?
yeah, well, in any event, and he certainly has a big heart. He certainly is very compassionate. I'll say that about him. I'm still looking for some answers, and I guess they'll, the story will, as the story unfolds, they will reveal what's going on. Because I'm still with a question mark about not only his history, his
Hmm.
backstory, which sometimes they give that in the very beginning, sometimes the middle, sometimes the end. But his backstory and also his relationship with
Ruby.
yeah, with what's her
Ruby.
name?
Ruby is
Ruby.
yeah, the
Yes,
actress's name is Kirby, but her character's name Ruby. And
right. And I'm not really sure what's going on with there because there seems to be some deception going on with that. So
right.
I don't
And
know.
then also, Ma, did you see like at the end? I don't remember. Oh, Amy Ryan that used to be on what was the show? Oh gosh, the comedy show with Steve Carell, The Office. She was on The Office, and she also was on The Wire. Um, she I thought was good, but then she was going. I think she's in a relationship with the kidnapped girl's father.
Father. Yeah, well, I saw her go there to his house as refuge. She went to,
Yeah.
when she was trying to hide out, she went to him. So, well, we don't know.
And
We don't
isn't
know
he
what's
too
going on there.
and isn't he too old to be? I don't know. Never mind. I don't want to discriminate against anybody's age, but James Cromwell, I know he's in his 80s, but he looks like he's much younger than his so-called son.
I don't know.
Isn't that supposed to be his
Whatever.
son?
We have to use our imagination and just accept these characters that they present to us.
No, but I'm
Not that
serious.
they
Isn't
miss.
that his son?
It is, but I mean, I don't know anything about their
I
ages.
think that James Cromwell is like 84 and the other guy's like 72.
Well, that's enough. That's a 12-year difference. What's the problem? Keep it moving. You don't know what they did
So
back then.
anyway, I'm
Go ahead.
enjoying
No,
Sugar.
it's
It,
you just have to use your imagination with some of this stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
enjoying Sugar. We'll
Sugar is good. And
yeah.
shout out to Colin Farrell. Good to see you.
Okay, now I don't know if you want to talk anything about BMF. I don't have anything to say about BMF.
I have nothing to say about it either.
It just to me
Have
it
you
just
heard anything from 50 lately? Maybe 50 has gotten quiet.
I don't know, but it just doesn't, it's not making any sense. The people that they're hiring, they don't care. They just, listen, I think that some of these rappers are really good actors, but I don't think that they're necessarily appropriate for the roles that they're playing. Back in the day, these people did not have BBLs. They did not have these different hairstyles and looks like these people had.
Well, they have a lot of anachronisms going on, okay?
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
mean that, but then
A-
many of them have that. But
a-
in this one, they just kind of don't care, and it's
And
just
then
jumping all over the place.
and
The
then love
'80s is the '90s, and the
90s
'90s is the '80s, and the 2000s is the '80s, and so it's just going all over.
and
Yeah.
then Lala, like her character, what? How old are you supposed to be? You really look like you could be his mother. Like, forget about how old she is in real life because she has several ages because they have all, different ages for her.
And we
But
won't even talk about the hairstyles. I don't
right.
even know what that is.
Right.
The hairstyles look like a throwback to the 40s or 50s. I don't know
Right.
what's going on.
Why didn't they have an actress if it's supposed to be older, maybe look 10 years older than him? Why are you gonna have one that looks 20 years older than
I'm
what?
telling you, not only that, it's the style. What is
Yeah.
not even just the clothes. What's up with the hairdos?
Yeah,
What era is it supposed to be?
uh,
I don't know.
and
The,
they
the hairstyles look like when you turn on those old the 40s and 50s movies. The hairstyle looks like it belongs in that time period.
it's
So
not this
a
season.
lot of little silliness going on. Yeah.
This season is not that not good to me. I don't know. It's a lot of issues to me. I'm seeing the mother, she's over there, pursuing the doctor, but
I
he
mean, what's
still
going
has
on with that? You still living in the house with this man. What is he accepting your outside romance? Are you still trying to figure things out? What's up? And you
right.
telling him you gonna do what he wanna do, but y'all still under the same roof? And no, I mean, no meeting of the minds at all? Or is he just saying, okay, I'll give you time to go explore? What's going on?
And that to me is where people get really hurt in situations like
There
that.
you go. There you go. There's a
So,
lot going on there that. All
uh,
right, let's
all
let's
right,
see
all
how
right.
it all comes together.
Yeah, I don't want to watch it.
Oh, but you know what? But I'm glad to see what's his name, Christopher Duncan. I'm glad to see Christopher
Oh
Duncan,
yeah,
right? I'm
yeah.
glad
He's
to
been
see
in
him.
other stuff though
Well,
recently.
no, but
I
I
think
haven't seen him much
you
myself.
did.
I personally have not seen him in much.
He was in
What?
Swagger.
just a minute, just somebody's father for a minute. Oh, well, he's somebody's father in this one too. Yeah. But to me, he has more of a boss role.
Right. And I would think maybe he could be in another one of 50 shows because this one is not right.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I like Christopher Duncan, so shout out to him.
Yeah, he's a good actor. Okay.
Okay.
And finally, the last movie before we talk about Married at First Sight, Strange Way of Life, which is a short film starring Pedro Pascal. Pedro, we love Pedro normally. And Ethan Hawke. Now, this is really kind of like Brokeback Mountain, sort of. After 25 years of not seeing each other, I guess for a while, they're reunited somewhere in the desert. But there's more to this meeting that just meets the eye. I could tell you the story in 60 seconds, but I won't because you may want to check it out. I will say it's very strange. I don't know if this was supposed to be a comedy, if this is supposed to be a drama. I think the two actors are really very talented and are normally in really good vehicles. But I was scratching my head at the end, Ma. What are your thoughts?
Well, the only thing different that I can see from this very short, you know, uh, movie, I guess a mini movie,
A short film.
is, yeah, I guess we could say older gay cowboys need love too. Is that it? Is that
I,
what we were supposed to
I
get?
I guess. And
Older
they're not
gay cowboys
old.
need
They
love
weren't
too.
supposed to
They're
be
not. Oh,
old.
oh no, they're older than the guys that were in Brokeback.
Yes.
At least at the point that we met up with them, I
Yes.
guess they started out young too,
Yeah,
right? They started out 25 years earlier,
they showed them.
So,
They're 20. Remember they
yeah.
showed them.
So, yes,
Wasn't
yes.
it
So now
just
that I think about it, I guess it's just a condensed version. I mean, I don't know. But it was funny, cute, quirky, and nothing new. To me, it was just them being playful together. I don't know. It was just them doing something tongue in cheek. Oh well. And
I
I mean,
mean,
we already know from the beginning of mankind, we had every type of situation going on. So
yeah.
I guess they was just showing us how they handle their handle.
And there was
That's
a
all.
and there was another little mini plot there, but it was just a subplot. Sorry,
Oh,
but
it was so
it
ridiculous
was
about the
just
sun.
yeah,
Oh,
guys. I
please.
don't know.
Oh, please.
And this is to me another picture that you watch when you're having a nice cocktail.
Right, right.
And you're not taking things too serious.
I took it very tongue in cheek. I took it very very funny and fun and
Was
whatever.
it?
And the boys just getting together saying, "Okay, we're going to chill and spend the rest of our time together." No, that was it.
What do
So
you give it by?
I kind of liked it. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I'm giving it
Okay.
a seven point
I
five.
I'm gonna give it a I'm going to premium. I'm probably gonna give it about a 6 or 6.5 premium.
Okay, I
It
think I
was
probably
okay.
liked it a little more than you did, but
It
yeah,
was it was
I thought it was
silly.
I thought it was very funny and cutesy, and you left you going, "Is that it, guys? Okay, all right, bye, y'all."
Oh gosh. Okay. And finally, the last
It
show
was
we're
real
going to
funny.
talk about before we do one little cute little segment that mom will probably like.
Okay,
The Married at First Sight reunion, part one, which guys, this season, it was just not good. There was nothing redeemable about it. And the more you go into the details of the season, the more upset the viewers are becoming. Literally the viewers are really angry with the season. I'm just from everything that I've read online, I've seen on social media. Emily and Brennan. I don't know what's going to happen next week, Ma, with Emily and Brennan, what they're going to say. But Emily's walking off the stage or she's crying, and she seems like she's full of crap too. We know Brennan was full of crap. Becca and Austin. I don't like that they're trying to make it seem, the ladies are trying to make it seem like they're victims and they couldn't stand up for themselves. My what happened, Austin? All of a sudden, he not all of a sudden, he told someone that he has a 3 to 6 month rule before he becomes active, sexually active. What?
Do you want me to comment?
Yes, go ahead.
You
I'm
ready
sorry.
for me to
Go
comment?
ahead. Comment on
This
everything.
entire cast was so full of lies and foolishness, with the exception of Lauren. Okay, with the exception of Lauren, I think Lauren kind of came with her heart on her sleeve, and whatever it was is what it was.
Mhm.
Okay, I mean that's the way she presented herself, in my opinion.
Right.
Okay, Orion was nothing but a flimsy, a fickle liar, and whatever. I won't even get into other things because that's on him. Whatever. The rest of them were all colluding to what end, I'll never know. Because if these women was interested in a real relationship, why would they collude with these men who did nothing but lie and presented one thing when it was really something else? To me, they all got what they deserved, with the exception of Lauren. And after a while, Lauren got what she deserved, because when she saw how he treated her, she should have withdrawn. Okay, she continued to, whatever, but maybe she's all right because she finally did tell him off. But to me, I wouldn't have even given him that much of my energy, or the show for that matter. But maybe she sees it as upholding her commitment to the show. I don't know, what her thinking is. But she was the only one to me who acted with any integrity. The rest of them told so many lies back and forth, up and down, all over the place. You never knew what was what, and what was real and what was not. And it doesn't even matter who said what, this and that, because they were all lying.
Male or
And
female.
then,
It
and
wasn't
then,
just
and
oh, the
then,
guys were terrible. The
right?
girls were talking
Yes,
bull crap
yes.
too.
I said everybody, and
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
yeah.
And the women were acting like, oh, we were manipulated. We were. Well, what are you, stupid? Or don't you have good sense?
Right.
Can't you see a person's behavior and words are not in alignment? Can I see you saying one thing and doing another? Can I figure out that you're lying? You don't say you were manipulated. The fact was you were complicit. You
Right.
did what you wanted to do for whatever your reasons were. Now they may have ended up getting played because they didn't get maybe what they were hoping to get from the men, but they did whatever they did because that's what they felt like doing.
And Ma, wait a minute. What? Okay, I mentioned
It
about
was
the
ridiculous. It was a
Austin,
horror
the
show.
Austin thing. He, three to
Because see,
six
you
months.
pinpointing another lie Austin made up for the show.
But
He
here,
didn't say that before. Nobody never heard any of that. He's
then
saying
wait.
it now. He's just making up different lies for the after show.
And what
That's
happened?
all.
And then wait a minute. Claire and Cameron, supposedly Claire had a man, but then she,
Who
oh, it was a year
knows?
ago. But wait, here's
Whatever.
Cameron. Cameron said all that stuff about Claire was horrible and oh, she was gaslighting him and da 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 da. Then the next minute he says that he wants to start things over with her and he wants to get
It
back
does.
with her.
It doesn't
What?
matter. Well,
And
well,
she
maybe
said
he
no.
does. Maybe he does, because they don't know, they was all lying so much they don't know each other. Maybe he wants to quit lying for a minute and see if he can get to know her. It could be.
Well, she
Because to
said
me,
no. She said she's seeing someone
well,
now.
she said no because she's scared to trust him. She's scared to trust him. She's just scared to trust him. That's all.
Oh God.
And I would be scared to trust him too.
And then who I was
Even if I
really
did like him, I would be afraid of him. But
and who
she's
I
a liar too, because she's been presenting herself as a psychologist. And in fact, she's just going to get a master's degree.
right,
She's just finishing up a master's. You're a psychologist and you just finishing up a master's. You're not a psychologist even with a master's.
right,
You need a PhD. You're not a psychologist. So she's lying. No, I didn't hear anybody mention that. Maybe she already has a PhD and she's getting masters in something else, which
no,
is real strange. Which is real strange, which is ass backwards and usually not the way it goes, okay?
no.
So I don't know. But didn't you hear her say she finished up her
Yes,
master's? How
yes.
were
She
you
says she's
already a
finishing it up.
psychologist?
Yes,
So which means you only had a bachelor's,
she was
okay?
confused, Ma.
Which means if you finishing up your masters, you may be certified, you may be a counselor, but you are not a psychologist.
Ma, listen. Why you gotta? have common
I
sense
said to
when you are
myself,
assessing
what?
this.
And I said to myself, boy, she really is kind of slack for a practicing therapist. She ain't no damn practicing therapist.
She's not, no.
Maybe she was doing an internship or an apprenticeship someplace, but she is no counselor.
Ma,
She's
she's
no therapist. She's
confused.
no psychologist.
Ma, get real.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
And
to
my
me, she misrepresented herself. Maybe it was a matter of semantics, but to me, I thought she was supposed to be a practicing psychologist. I thought she was a professional therapist. And if you
my
only going for your master's, you are not.
did they have one season where the guy was supposed to be a principal?
That was another show when he was only 12 or something. Wasn't that the other show?
No, that's Love is Blind. No, no. Remember on this show, he said that
Oh,
he
and
had
he was
a
the
good job.
custodian. That was Lion Michael. Remember
Yeah.
Lion Mike? Yeah, I remember that. And then she was someplace and he didn't even work there. She was
At the
someplace
gym.
looking for him, and they said, "We have a Michael who cleans up." But wait, but I think he had gotten fired. I don't even think he was a custodian anymore.
Oh God.
And she said, "Michael, how much money do you make?" "Oh no, this doesn't match up." Oh my goodness.
Oh,
And
oh God.
they've had some characters. No
But
joke.
wait,
They've had some
but my
characters.
speaking
Oh
of
God.
Michael from this season, I was really disappointed in him too because what happened? Why did
Michael is young Gerry. He's a
he,
young Gerry. That's all.
in
Talks
that
so
moment?
sweet and kind. And yes, he talks so sweet and kind. But I'll tell you something else. I don't blame Michael because if this woman is serious coming to me, wait, I walk in the house and you got a bed full of animals there. I got to move the animals over to get in the bed or lay down or find a seat on the bed. That's a little bit too much. Let me get to know you before I got to adjust to
No,
all of
I
these
don't want to
different
say something
animals.
ignorant because I'll get in trouble. So I
It's not.
won't say it.
It's not ignorant. Not nothing you can say about these people is
I
ignorant.
think I
What?
really and truly believe that not all, because there's some dog lovers in all groups, but I
Yeah,
believe
yeah, 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 yeah.
particular cultures don't care where they have the dog.
Yeah,
The
I
dog
agree with that
is
too.
more important than the person.
Right. Well, you know what? Whatever was the case, when she presented him with that, and she seemed to be serious, I thought she was doing that, like you and I had said one time before, just to,
Mhm.
turn him off or whatever. But
Mhm.
she was serious and thought somebody was going to come into it with their eyes open. They don't even know her, walk
Mhm.
into it with their eyes open, accepting a bunch of kids, grown, half grown kids, or big teenage kids, and animals all together.
Right. That's too
No,
much. Like
no, no. It
one
could have
apiece,
ended
one dog,
right,
one
right,
kid
right,
in the
right. And to
beginning.
see how it works.
Right.
Right, right. And not
Okay.
even when you first start in your marriage, get to know each other a little bit. Because don't forget, these people have no history together. They've only
Right.
known each other X number of
Right.
weeks.
It's not like they were dating for a couple
Right,
years and they,
right,
have
right. So they
history.
need time to learn to know each other,
Mhm.
So, but anyway,
I don't know, but
whatever.
I just
Yeah.
it's a big disappointment. And
I don't know I don't know what the second part of the reunion could possibly be. To me, they burned all the bridges and said everything, but apparently they have some more venom to spew toward each
well, I
other
see people
based
running off
on the
the stage.
commercials.
Yeah.
What happened?
I see people running off the stage. So yeah,
Yeah,
there's more to
yeah. Well,
come.
like I said, they're going to be spewing more venom. It's not going to be anything pleasant, else you
Mm.
wouldn't find that. So we know on some level it's going to get nasty.
Okay. So my let's end this episode off on a more pleasant, fun
Okay,
note, at least. So
okay.
Essence has done something. I don't know if they've been doing this recently or not, but I know they did it for this year. They have a list called Essence Sexiest Men at the Moment. I guess they're all in with Gerry
You're
from
right.
Bachelor.
Okay, right. Well, that
Now,
makes sense because we're talking about right now. This is contemporaneous, so
yes,
that's fine.
but they
Yeah.
haven't said at the time of this, it haven't said who the sexiest person is. I don't know if they're going to have one sexiest person, but here's the 15 like finalists.
Okay. All right. These are the 15 top people. 15
Yes.
candidates in the
Yes.
running,
Now,
right? Okay.
yes, some of these people you may not know. So if you don't know them, I don't know some of them. Okay, but
All right.
they're
Well,
all
if I don't know
sexy
them, then
black men.
I'm just gonna, not, you know, vote on it. Okay.
Well, yeah, and you tell like I'll try to tell you. So you
Okay.
remember. All
All
right.
right. All right.
Anyway, you let
Okay.
me know if you agree with this. Usher.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Damson Idris. Now, Damson Idris is the
I saw him. He's the
Snowfall.
one. Oh, football. Oh, I thought I
Snowfall.
saw.
No, Snowfall. He's an
Oh,
actor.
from Snowfall. Yes. I
Yes.
was getting ready to say, I thought I saw him where he said, now, Denzel, do you know who I am, when he got his award? Yes, I saw him. He got an award. Oh, he got an award for
Okay.
something. He was on stage and he collected his trophy on something that I saw. I don't
Okay.
know if it was NAACP or whoever it was, but
Okay.
he got an award and he
Okay.
made that statement. I didn't think he looked so good, but I didn't see him in Snowfall. So, okay, I'm going to give it to him. Okay.
He's nice looking. Not my favorite, but he's attractive. I know you're gonna go with this one, Russell Wilson.
Hell yeah. All day long. Him and
Okay.
Usher both. That's right.
Okay. Lenny Kravitz. I love Lenny Kravitz.
Yes, I loved his swag. I
Yeah.
love Lenny Kravitz's swag.
And
Yes.
he's to me, he's very sexy.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too. Of
Uh,
course.
Daniel Kaluuya. No, no. I like Daniel Kaluuya a lot. I think he's very talented and he's fun, but just what do you think?
I like his intensity. I'm
Okay.
gonna give him that. Okay, go ahead. I find that sexy.
Okay. I mean, there's
Mhm.
something that could be sexy about him, but not
Well,
just
that's what I'm looking at.
physically. Not just
Well,
physically,
well,
no.
I didn't know it was just physical.
Well, yeah, I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Jalen Brown. Now, you don't know Jalen Brown, Ma. He's the basketball player. You've seen him before, but you probably don't know him.
Okay, well, okay,
He's all
so I
right.
have to recuse myself. Sorry, Jalen, just
He's all
because
right.
I can't even get a visual on you. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so Rome Flynn. Now let me tell you who this guy is. My Rome Flynn played Gabrielle Union's young partner in that movie that she was in, where she was, playing an older woman and they fell in love and eventually like she got pregnant.
Yes,
God,
yes.
yeah.
He was good. I liked him.
He's
I
cute.
remember.
He's
I
cute.
remember. And they ended up getting together.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's cute.
yes. I liked him. Yes. Okay,
Okay.
I see that. Yep.
Nas.
Oh,
Yes.
please, he's one of my all-time favorites. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. That's a cutie pie. Yes.
Coleman Domingo.
I love Coleman Domingo.
Do you
Yes,
think
I
he's
like him
sexy?
too. I do.
Okay.
I do. I understand he's gay,
That
you
doesn't mean
know.
anything. I just
I
I
mean, I
don't
don't
see
know
it
what
for
you're
me.
trying to say. You're talking about, do I understand? Yes,
Okay.
I think he's very sexy.
I don't see
Yes,
it.
he is.
I like him a
To
lot.
me, Coleman Domingo could go with whoever he wants to go with.
Well, he does, I'm sure.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I mean, any gender. I mean, any gender. I mean, I
Well,
see him as attractive both ways. Go ahead.
Trevante Rhodes. I'm gonna say definitely yes. He's been in so many things. My Moonlight. He was the
Oh
guy,
yeah,
like, and he just
the built one
yes,
in Moonlight.
yes.
Yes. Oh yes,
And he was
very,
just in the
very
Kelly
happy.
Rowland
Very active.
movie,
Very
the Tyler
attractive.
Tyler Perry, that one with Kelly Rowland,
Yes,
the artist.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Oh yeah. Oh, he's built, cut to the gill. He was the artist, of course.
yes,
Oh yeah.
yes. Well, I'm
Okay.
100% with that.
Me
Uh,
too.
this person, no. You may not know how he looks.
Stephon.
Stephon Diggs. Yeah. Stephon was just
I'm trying to get
traded.
a visual. I know that person.
So he now is on the Texans. He used to be on the Bills. He was traded like
Oh
uh,
yes, and they're saying that this the second best team in Texas now,
no,
right?
the
When
best.
with that
They're
trade.
saying this is the best team in
Oh,
Texas,
the best team. Oh, better than the
better than the
Cowboys. Yeah.
Cowboys. Yes,
Yes, I do know him. Okay.
yes,
Listen, he can get it too. Yes, he's going to get it on athleticism. Yes.
yeah, but he's not.
I didn't say physically so good looking. Now he's getting it on athleticism. Go
Okay.
ahead. Yes, I do know who he is.
Cord Jefferson. Cord Jefferson just won an Oscar for American Fiction, the writer.
Yes, a very handsome looking African American man. Yes, I remember him. He gave a good speech about how they
Okay.
took a chance on him and everything. He was another handsome cutie pie. Yes.
It's okay to me. You know,
And talented. I thought he
he's
was
very
handsome
talented.
and right. And he gets it on that. Yes. I love this list.
Burna Boy. Now we
Now,
know
which one is Burner
reggae.
Boy?
Burna Boy does like
Is that
reggae.
Paperboy's cousin?
No, he's a like rapper slash reggae, popular African artist. Uh, no,
Make me know
I
him.
like
Is
him.
he okay, okay, okay?
No,
Is
he's
he
not.
okay?
I don't really know a lot of his stuff, so I
Okay.
just know.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna
Well,
move
I'm gonna
past
have
that.
to recuse
You
myself.
might like
Okay.
him. You may
All
like him.
right. Okay.
But
You know, Burner Boy,
not.
I listen to so much, but I don't always necessarily have the names
Uh,
together.
this
Okay.
is this
Go
is
ahead,
another
sweetie.
rapper that I don't know his music. Skepta. He's
We
not bad.
skip that one too, because I'm sure I heard him in the mix or something, but I didn't, don't get a visual on either one of those. Okay, go ahead.
Now these three I know you know. Now this one here you may not remember his name. Kendrick Sampson. Now Kendrick Sampson was on How to Get Away with Murder, and he was also in Insecure. He is the guy with the light eyes.
Yes, I know him with the mental health
With
issues
he had the
on.
mental health
Yes,
on
yes,
Insecure. He had
on Insecure. Yes,
yeah.
yes. Well, that's how I remember him. He
I
was,
think he's
you
cute.
know, oh, he was as cute as hell. Yes,
Yeah,
very
he's
handsome
cute.
and intense, and a pretty
Yes.
good, pretty intense actor. Yeah,
Yeah, and in
I
real life,
remember
he's
him.
intense. He's very
Yes,
quotable.
yes. Okay, all right. Oh yeah, he definitely is on the list. Yes, go ahead.
Tyler James Williams.
I love my little tall, slim Tyler. He's not all that tall, but he's slim. Yes, I love Tyler. Oh, I'm so happy to. I just love his voice.
I think
I
his
just
voice
love
is
him.
sexy. I'm not necessarily like
I like
physically
him.
attracted, but I like his
I
voice.
like him. I like his energy.
Okay.
I like him.
Massa,
I
you just
like
like
Tyler.
everybody you on this list.
Well,
Pretty much.
I like some more than others. I like that list. That
Okay.
list. I'm feeling that list.
Okay. I'm gonna go. The last one that I'm gonna go with, the last one is Joey Badass, and I think he's very attractive. Like I find like wrong.
I almost got mad when they tried to get rid of Joey Badass.
Yeah, yeah,
I didn't almost get mad. I was about to abandon everything and I love rock, but I was
yeah.
just one step away from
Raising
abandoning.
Canaan, yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. I was one step. Yes, Joey Badass. Yes.
So it was a good list. It
I
was a
love
good
that
list.
list. That was a really good
It was a good
list.
list.
And
Okay.
I knew for strong 8 out of 10. There was a couple of there I wasn't
Well, it
too
was
sure, but I
15,
knew
so
about
you probably knew
oh,
about 12 out of 15.
oh yeah. Well, you know what I mean.
I know what
Most of them.
you mean.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Good list, daughter. Good list.
Okay, Ma, I need you to tell me three things that made you smile.
The sun, the stars, the moon. The
Okay.
sun, the stars, the moon. The sun, the stars, the moon. Every time.
I'm gonna go with number one, the NBA playoffs are starting this week. You know, I get really excited about that.
All
Um,
right.
I mentioned earlier the spring weather. I love it. And finally, Zendaya is getting very early critical acclaim for her movie, The Challengers,
The
in which she's
challenge. Yeah.
the tennis player.
Oh, shout
So
out to Zendaya.
yeah,
Shout out. Go ahead,
she's been
girl.
doing her thing
Work
this
your
year.
work. That's
Yeah.
right. Work your work. That's right.
So Ma, is there anything that you want to say before we go?
Oh, no. I just want to say everyone stay safe, enjoy life, and to the fullest. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is real. Anybody you want to reach out to, don't let anything stop you. Reach out to them. Anything you want to do, live your dream. And I hate to say this. I say it all the time. I don't hate to say it. I love to say it. And I feel I need to say it. Stay woke, stay
Mhm.
woke, stay woke. And that's what
Okay.
I want to remind you of, guys. Stay woke. Okay.
Okay. All All right, guys. Thank you for listening to the Bamgboshe Happy Hour. As always, follow us on all the streaming platforms because we're on all of them pretty much. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, All Things Pays You, home of the Bamgboshe Happy Hour. We will be uploading our full episodes on that platform as well. Make sure that you're following us on X, on Threads, on Facebook, and Instagram at the Bamgboshe Happy Hour, and also All Things Pays You. We will be back again, guys. We appreciate you. We'll be back again on Wednesday. Like Ma said, keep up hope and faith and everything, and we will talk to you soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the Bamgboshe Happy Hour podcast, streaming on most platforms.